When life gets messy, I get Cafe Bustelo. As a coffee drinker, the espresso comes to my rescue often. However, today we're going to do a little experiment to see if can my coffee clean my brushes? Here's an experiment in this artist's life. Will espresso save my day yet again? Stay tuned and let's see. Okay, so today I'm going to try to take all of these broken bits of soap. As you can see, these are the used soap remains that I use to clean my brushes. I need to clean some new brushes. I have a lot of dirty paintbrushes and I need some new soap. So the experiment is going to be to melt these down and make some fresh soap. Here you can see all the dirty brushes that I have to clean. And also, I'm going to try today to make soap using some of my old coffee grounds. So I have these grounds here that I shook out of my espresso machine, and I'm gonna mix these into the soap that I'm gonna melt down. They say that coffee grinds in your soap helps to get the real junk and catch the the dried paint and help scrub it out, sort of like an exfoliator for your skin. As you can see, some of these brushes have a lot of clogged paint on them, and hopefully by mixing in this coffee grinds, it will help to give a little bit of a rougher texture to the soap. Cafe Bustelo has some pretty fine grinds. Hopefully that will work. We're gonna see. I'm using used coffee grinds because I don't want to waste my precious coffee. So I've never made my own soap before, but they say to get things started, you should turn on the stove and use an old pot and put a little bit of water in there to warm up, and then pour in your soap shards. I'm just to stir this for a little while as they all melt. And let's give this a try. Let's see. So it looks like the soap is predictably frothing up, but melting down. I've never done this before, so it's a bit of an experiment, but it seems I need to make sure the soap is completely melted before adding in the coffee grinds. Looks like it's going to take a little bit longer. I'm doing this on a really low heat so I don't burn anything. It's not entirely melting and it's pretty lumpy. So I added a little bit more water. Let's see if this solves that problem. Okay, so it's still not completely smooth, but I think this is about as good as it's gonna get. I've been adding water and mixing things in slowly, and now I'm going to go ahead and mix in my coffee grinds. So we'll see how this works. Since it's an experiment, I have saved the 2 lumps of coffee grinds from today's coffee. And I think I'm going to mix in both of them. So I'm just crushing it up a little bit in my hand here and then sprinkling it in. And now mixing it all up. The mixed up coffee grinds, you can see, are here. And now I'm moving them over to my countertop here, where I'm going to pour the mixture into some old yogurt containers. They say that you should use soap molds, but since I don't have any, I figure the recycled Chobani yogurt containers that I used for mixing my paints will have to do. This is a little bit of a messy process. As you can see, I'm just scooping in the soap mixture to these various containers. Looks a little bit like mud with the mixed coffee grinds. Now I shall leave this to sit for 3 to 4 hours to cool. Hi everyone, thanks for watching my video with my experimental soap making. Here you can see how the soap came out. I decided to keep it in the Chobani containers, and last night I tested it out. I washed all these brushes, and you can see, if I get close here, that they really came out really clean. They were really gunked up. When I was washing them, I kept them in the container because I kept it like this, and I just circled around the soap and then washed out the brushes with water. I found that this worked really well. I did have to really clean and rinse the soap thoroughly out so I didn't get any little residual bits of the coffee in the brushes, but I think it came out really nicely, and they definitely, the espresso kind of really acted as that exfoliant that I wanted it to help get the dried paint sort of scraped off. Rather than popping it out of the molds as I had recommended to do, I decided to just keep it in here and put a little water and wash circling around that way, because this way it kept my hands from getting all the the gunk on it from the paint and the soap, and it just kept things a little bit tidier. I did kind of notice that it would foam up a little bit, the cappuccino style, because of the espresso, but all that washed out, and I'm really pleased with how it came out. I definitely recommend trying and making some of your own espresso soap and test it out for yourself. This is a cheap alternative to the expensive soaps they sell at the art supply store, and a good use of recycling your coffee grinds and your yogurt containers. Thanks again for Cafe Bustelo fueling my life, and Chobani for providing me with supplies. Grocery shopping or art supplies, I don't know sometimes, but it all works out. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll check out some other experiments in the studio another day. Have a good afternoon and happy painting, everyone. Bye!